Welcome to the World United. Welcome to the World United.
So now, Miss Jacqulyn, are you ready? I am so excited that you are here. Thank you. So again, as I had started a little earlier, Jacqulyn Buglisi is also a choreographer with a vast experience. Quite literally has spent her life dancing and creating choreographies. And I see that you have also been a peace activist, which I again would like to hear maybe more about. But Jacqulyn has been the principal dancer with the Martha Graham Dance Company for many years. And after that, she founded her own Buglisi Dance Theater, which is renowned for dances with a primary focus on women, the human condition, the environment, social justice, and what makes us human. Jacqulyn has been honored in 2020 with the Bessie Award, special citation for her Table of Silence project, a multicultural performance ritual for global healing, unity, and peace. Co-produced with Lincoln Center in New York City, reaching over 2.2 million worldwide. Yay on that. Let's all expand our reach with a peaceful message. And so today, Jacqulyn is the chair of the modern department at Ailey School Fordham BFA program. We are honored to have you share your heart, your vision, your presence with us. And I give you the mic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mancha and Sean and Dr. Yugandhar. I'm so honored to be here, and just means so much to be a part of this kind of message and voice, which I feel, has been so close to my heart and my work. In our trying, you put your hands out, and that's what I have always done, to receive the energy that is there. And then I know what to do. And so in the 10th anniversary of 9/11, or 10th year after 9/11, this shattering experience that happened where I could see right out my window, basically was so shattering, and in that shattering time of experience, which also is how I met Sean Perry. And he was extraordinary experience Sean had at that time. But it really was, when we talk about transformation and things that transform our lives, so moments that come to us, and then something is completely changed. And so I wanted to share my screen. I hope I can do it. Okay. Let me just try it now, because I think it will, the image for me, I'm an imagist, says 1,000 words. And so I'm going to try and see, do I put this thing up on here first? But then I can't say share screen. So then I have to go back here to you guys and go back to the Zoom.
Yes, once you have that window open, you can go back to Zoom and then share screen. Click on that green button at the bottom. And then it should give you the option to select.
I put up share screen. And a bunch of things have come up here.
Just select the window that has your presentation on it.
Okay, I selected. It's not coming up. I think maybe, let me close the screen again. When I say share screen, it didn't ask me anything. Oh, okay. It's going to share a bunch of, oh, there it did. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. You
don't
did
know
it.
how the miracle of the digital world. Thank you, digital world. Let's see. This table of silence, I wanted to just play a few moments of it. Is my idea was to bring dancers together, as many as I could, to create a peace labyrinth. And to create a peace labyrinth, you have to have at least 3 concentric circles. So they go, this man has been, practicing and walking peace labyrinths since the beginning of time. And you have at least 3, then you create the mandala energy for peace and harmony on the planet. And so many, many symbols coming together to create the table of silence. And we use 12 gestures. Why 12 gestures? Because 12 is the number of creation, of unity. It's filled with many of those things. And we repeat the 12 gestures 10 times in the repetitions of making a mantra, so it's very, very layered work. And so here you see at Lincoln Center, where I used to cross that plaza to work when I was working at Juilliard. And I knew there, intrinsically there, is the architecture for the Peace Labyrinth, is the total design. And so I had to be at Lincoln Center. And then I thought, well, how is it possible that we could make a dance, to speak through the universal language of the body, to reach all people, all ethnicities, all religion, to cover and embrace everyone, in this message. So I was finding out about live streaming. And so when I started this project, there were very few people live streaming. And that was how we could be like a grain of sand, and that we could expand and become, like an ocean. And so it was through the live streaming that we are able to reach so many people. And over all these years, it has continued to expand. But I'll play a moment here so you can see how the dancers are moving in concentric circles, and they are repeating the 12 gestures each 10 times. Each gesture has a very deep meaning, and each dancer also creates the meaning for themselves. That's part of the whole process of sending a vibration of healing, compassion, unity, peace, understanding. And when we practice together, in order to practice, we must breathe together. Yeah. So one of the biggest things that we do as dancers every morning when I come to teach my students, we breathe together. Yes. By breathing together, we awaken the not only spiritual, but physical So we use the drum beat here because when you hear the drum, you are experiencing, put your hands on your heart, the heartbeat of humanity, and we all connect to each other. We all have the same commonalities through the oxygen we share, through the heartbeat, and the threads that bind us. We are all bound together. And so in this whole process of when we are moving together, creating together, we recognize those commonalities. You see every ethnicity in this group of people because these dancers all come from New York City, from all over the world. And if you will see that there's probably almost everyone there. I don't think, sadly to say, we have a lot of indigenous people there because they are so remote, but we get a lot of people in New York City. And you see, we are a community, a world community here. And the only way that we actually come together is by practicing together, breathing together, learning to be so close to each other in small space and practicing. So we actually create a world community as we are doing and practicing to do this ritual and to be together. We had about 182 artists are performing here. And you, as you can see, this was done in 2019. They are all moving together. And we have 9 musicians and singers. Let me move ahead here, see if it will move ahead. This is another section where there are different sections to the ballet. And in this section, we are doing the fountain dance, ritual to the fountain. So the evolution of the table of silence, it continues to be relevant to what is happening like in our world today. We embrace the Black Lives Matter movement. We embrace the pandemic. And you can see here, we're singing and we have connecting to the vibration and the geometry of the earth and the tones in the earth. So we are reaching the realm of the divine, and we bring it together, and then everyone is speaking, breathing, or just the sound. Yeah, the whole space becomes like a temple. It's a world temple, coming together. And that's what I say, through the language of the body, how could we create more of the coming together for all people? Because since the beginning of time, man has danced. I want to read a message about that. I'm going to click again up to get a little further up. And you will see Sean Perry and Megan King is in this performance. They might have a close-up, I don't know. I tried to look, but yeah. Yeah, well, there's also a whole ceremony to the offering of the plate, and the plate, which was designed by Rosella Vasta sculptors. We use the plate as the offering to come and sit at the banquet table to share a meal in peace. Yes, and it's the very ending. I want to just switch, if you will, allow me. I'm going to try to switch my screen here. And on fire. Okay, I realized I made a mistake, so I have to go back. Sorry, technical issue. I'm going to go back to the first one here, and I'm going to bring it to now what's happened in the last 2 years because of the pandemic. We were not able to bring that many dancers together. So last year, I created a reimagining of the Table of Silence. And that's where also we reach so many people. And this is the reimagining with 32 artists, 28 dancers, that we all had to practice with masks. And we have to keep special distancing. We did a lot of rehearsal on Zoom. And here you see a reimagining with Daniel Bernard Romain on the violin and Mark Bamuti Joseph with the spoken word. And it gives a very different feeling. Let me see now, I've got on the right screen. I'll go into the middle of it because I realize I have to hurry.
Birthplace of jazz, trapped in a syringe, filling the blood with sin. And again, out of chaos comes hope. And again, out of chaos comes the breath upon which love floats. Out of chaos comes the breath upon which love floats. Love floats. Be water. Be water. Cycles to break. No more lying. Much less flying. Call your grandma. Practice faith. Psychically cycling. We got patterns to shake. Music to make. Culture to love. Guilt to feel. Prayers to say. And again, the house where my fear lives is haunted by race. I am tethered to a beauty myth and a legacy of self-hate, like tongues on fire incinerating the sky shot. Fall back, falling, full on till heart fills, and again, I remake the house where only hope lives. Build it in a brick light as the new day, and again, I am awakening.
There's Megan. You can see her in the film dancing. She's really beautiful. Sean is in here somewhere. I don't see the... But what you're experiencing here is, you know, what I could say, I cannot say it in words. It's ineffable, actually, how what comes together in collaboration. That everything I do is collaboration, bringing that together and embracing, I think, those things which make us human. What is the undefinable thing that is humanity, and the need right now for all of us to come together during this biblical time, you know, of COVID. And so putting this together, we embrace all of what is going on in the evolution of Table of Silence. And these artists who performing here together make it happen. Without the dancer, there is no story. But the story reaches beyond here. And so this, with the live streaming and the filming, that's how we are able to reach more than, you know, a few million people and send this vibration and hope for the future. Yeah. Anyway, I will move ahead here. Yeah. So I have to go out. I guess. How do I?
You can just do this when you go back to the bottom of your screen in Zoom, and then you would go.
I'm hitting Zoom, but it's not listening to me. Okay.
No, don't leave Zoom. Then you would leave all of us. But in the middle, where you had the green button where you initially clicked share screen, that's
Yes.
in, like right in the center. That is where you click again and say stop screen sharing. That's you did it.
I know, but I didn't turn off I can't turn off the noise.
Yes, you did it. Perfect. Yeah, just stop your YouTube when you go to the other window there, to your other app. Yes, perfect.
Oh, it stopped? Okay, great.
Yes, yes, you're doing great.
Okay. Thank you for allowing me all that technical thing, but I can't say enough. You know, I do want to read this one thing because I feel that dance and our coming together more and more about going in and going into the body. You know, that's also what mandala is to go deeper inside, to look for the balance, that all of us together coming closer and closer to the breath and to that, like as we are, you know, suffocating the earth, you know, during this time of the environment is the same issue that we are all facing, the survival of humanity. And, you know, 40 million years ago, the moss helped to balance the oxygen on our planet. And now as the planet is heating, we're losing that. And that's why it's firing. And so this is we're all part of the same story of what is happening in our world today. And that's why I'm so honored to be a part of this. I just read this short message. Dance in this era must create an atmosphere of necessity around itself to be vital in our time. Thousands of years ago, tribal people entrusted great responsibility to the dancer. The people watched because they knew they needed to understand what the dancers knew and gained in knowledge as they tumbled or pounded rhythmically into the earth. We feel that now more than ever, dance must draw from its primitive heritage, when dancing was an essential element in the life of the community. So, thank you, everybody. I could say more and I could keep going, but I know my time is up.
You will have a chance to share more and go deeper on individual thoughts on when we have our panel discussion, just a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jacqulyn. What an amazing project.
Thank you.
What an amazing project. And I'm just really, really touched and inspired. And yes, by how you are able to tie together all these many layers. And it speaks from like a lifetime of feeling, a lifetime of breathing, a lifetime of observing. And yes, and tying the symbolism, the mythology, and the different people together. And I love how you say coming closer and closer to the breath. The breathing is thought to be the most ancient language. Breathing is thought to be the most ancient language, and I love how you said using the breath to attune all the dancers to the same pace, to a harmonic pace, and training their movement and gestures. So, and yes, and I would love for you to maybe add a few more words in a few moments to, you know, yes, thank you so much. And yes, beautiful performance, everybody, Sean and Megan. What a nice project to be involved with. And here she is saying that the technology is challenging, and there you are using the internet to send all these beautiful vibes to millions of people throughout the world. So not too shabby.